Hi folks, it's Sattler here, the Venturepreneur. I spent a career figuring out how to create businesses the hard way so you don't have to. Today's topic, how do I find product market fit for my new venture? I'm so glad you asked, I'd be happy to tell you. But before I do, let me tell you what not to do, all right? First, let's say you got an idea for a venture. No product, no customers, no sales. That's good. That's absolutely where you should start. By the way, going forward, I'm going to use customers as a catch-all term for the people who need what you have, and sales or buy for the term for like people deciding to get what you have. There are plenty of business models out there where customers don't actually have to pay or buy things directly. Sometimes money doesn't change hands at all, but there really aren't any useful words in English to include all those options. So I'm just going to go with the things that we already know. English is just weird that way. Okay. So you got an idea. Now what? According to my business school professors back in the day, you're supposed to write a business plan, seek funding, build your product, and then go to market. In other words, plan, build, and then sell. Don't do that. For those business professors, mostly baby boomers, transcribing research that they did in the 80s, by the way, this approach made perfect sense. The world was full of well-understood markets and product categories. New ventures are risky, so the goal in starting one is to reduce the risks involved as quickly and cheaply as you can. And if what you're doing is launching a new kind of breakfast cereal, research and planning is nice and cheap. Building your product, more expensive, and the selling part is the most expensive part of thing at all. In today's world, the opposite is true. Selling, at least preliminary selling to test a product in the market, is easy and cheap. The internet and digital media are incredibly inexpensive, easy to access, universal, and really quick to change. The cost of building a website or a promotional video is literally pennies. Now, building your product is also cheaper than it ever was. Digital products can be built iteratively, outsource resources with frameworks and platforms for small money. Even physical products can be made in small batches or with outsourced manufacturing. But the highest cost of building comes from building something that you can't actually sell. Finally, planning is not the cheapest way to reduce risk, especially for innovative products, because planning looks to the past. What you know or you can research about things like your idea may only be minimally relevant for your actual idea. The world is changing so fast that research goes out of date shockingly quickly. Are you really going to rely on pre-pandemic real estate market data in a post-pandemic world? How about social media patterns from 3 years ago before TikTok arrived on the scene? Planning may be relatively cheap, but it's easy to get lured down the wrong path, and that's pricey. Too much planning is a waste of time unless it's based on real-time information. So here's what works today. Sell first, then build, then worry about planning. Do that lots of times, very quickly, and learn from your failures. Eric Ries wrote a revolutionary book called Lean Startup that talks about all this idea. And if you don't have a copy on your shelf, get it. It's a Bible. Now, next time we're going to talk more about lean and how we can even improve on that. So hit the like and the follow button to learn more. And don't forget to change the world.